The idyllic facade of Pinewood Creek shattered. No longer a haven of tranquility, it became a breeding ground for fear. Teenagers, the lifeblood of any community, started disappearing. Whispers of a murderer on the loose snaked their way through the once peaceful streets. Pinewood Creek, a town where everyone knew their neighbor, was now shrouded in suspicion. The heart of the community, the local high school, became a place of anxiety. Parents clutched their children closer, their faces etched with worry. Sheriff Mark Thompson, a man hardened by years of service but softened by the love for his town, felt the heavy weight of responsibility. His own son, Billy, walked the same halls as the missing teens. Every late-night call sent a shiver down his spine, a silent prayer escaping his lips. The national media descended upon Pinewood Creek, their cameras and microphones intruding upon the town's grief. The question echoed through every corner, every home: who was next? Jessica Parker, a bright-eyed girl of 17, vanished without a trace. Her last known activity was a Friday night football game, where she cheered for her boyfriend, Jason, the star quarterback. The crisp autumn air was alive with the crowd's roar and the smell of popcorn. But amidst the revelry, Jessica disappeared. Her friends recalled seeing her near the bleachers, her laughter mingling with the cheers. She was supposed to meet Jason after the game, but she never showed. The initial assumption was a teenage escapade, a misunderstanding perhaps. But as hours morphed into an agonizing night, panic set in. Volunteers combed through the woods surrounding the football field, their flashlights cutting through the darkness. Days later, a group of hikers stumbled upon a gruesome discovery near the creek, a bright pink scarf, identified as Jessica's, lying amidst the fallen leaves. The discovery sent a chill through Pinewood Creek, confirming their darkest fears. Michael Davies, a quiet boy who preferred the company of books to crowds, became the second victim. A talented artist, Michael was last seen sketching in his favorite spot, a secluded clearing deep within the woods bordering the town. His sketchbook, filled with intricate drawings of nature, lay open, the charcoal pencil resting beside it. His disappearance, a week after Jessica's, sent shockwaves through the already terrified town. Parents prohibited their children from venturing out alone, the once familiar streets now perceived as threatening. The police, under immense pressure, worked tirelessly. Michael's disappearance bore eerie similarities to Jessica's. Was this the work of the same sinister hand? The disappearance of Sarah Miller, a bubbly cheerleader known for her infectious laugh, plunged Pinewood Creek into an abyss of despair. Last seen at the local diner with her friends, Sarah was a picture of youthful exuberance. She had promised her mother she wouldn't be late, a promise cruelly broken. Witnesses recounted seeing Sarah leave around 9 p.m., her laughter trailing behind her as she stepped out into the night. No one could have imagined that it would be the last glimpse of the vibrant teenager. The disappearance of a third teenager within a month shattered all remaining illusions of safety in Pinewood Creek. The fear, once a creeping shadow, now held the town firmly in its grip. The authorities, under intense scrutiny, faced a daunting task. The lack of a motive, of any tangible clue, made the task of identifying the perpetrator a harrowing ordeal. Fear, like a virus, spread through Pinewood Creek. The townsfolk, once a tapestry of friendly faces and warm greetings, became withdrawn. Suspicion poisoned their hearts, turning neighbor against neighbor. Parents, gripped by terror, kept their children under lock and key. The playground, once echoing with joyous laughter, stood deserted, a haunting reminder of the innocence lost. The national media descended upon the small town, their relentless pursuit of a story only amplifying the town's agony. Their cameras, intrusive and unforgiving, captured the fear etched on every face. Sheriff Thompson, his shoulders stooped under the weight of responsibility, felt the pressure mounting. The town looked to him for answers, for reassurance, but he had none to give. A glimmer of hope emerged from the depths of despair. A local farmer plowing his field on the outskirts of Pinewood Creek stumbled upon a horrifying discovery, a shallow grave hidden amongst the corn stalks. Inside lay the remains of Jessica Parker and Michael Davies. Forensic teams descended upon the scene, their every move scrutinized by a hopeful, yet anxious town. The discovery of the grave, while heartbreaking, provided a much-needed lead. Every fiber of soil, every fallen leaf, was meticulously examined, hoping to unearth a clue. The discovery of the grave breathed new life into the investigation, pushing the case back into the national spotlight. The town held its breath, united in grief and hope. The relentless efforts of the forensic team yielded a crucial breakthrough: a fingerprint. The fingerprint, lifted from a piece of duct tape found near the grave, matched a local mechanic, Dale Harmon. A quiet man, living on the fringes of the community, Harmon became the prime suspect. The news of Harmon's arrest sent shockwaves through Pinewood Creek. Harmon, initially tight-lipped and evasive, cracked under the pressure of interrogation. He confessed to the murders of Jessica, Michael, and Sarah, revealing a chilling narrative of abduction, torture, and cold-blooded murder. His motive, he claimed, was a warped sense of revenge against the town, a place he felt had ostracized him. The news of Harmon's confession brought a mix of relief and horror to Pinewood Creek. The trial of Dale Harmon was a media spectacle. Cameras from every major network lined the courtroom walls, capturing every detail of the proceedings. The prosecution, armed with forensic evidence and Harmon's chilling confession, presented a compelling case, portraying him as a cold, calculating predator. The defense, on the other hand, attempted to paint a picture of a troubled soul, a man driven to madness by years of isolation and perceived injustices. The jury, however, remained unconvinced. After days of deliberation, they returned with a guilty verdict on all counts. Harmon, his face devoid of emotion, was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The judge, in his closing remarks, acknowledged the profound impact of Harmon's crimes on the community, urging Pinewood Creek to find a path towards healing and reconciliation. The specter of Dale Harmon's crimes continued to haunt Pinewood Creek long after the trial concluded. The families of the victims, forever scarred by their loss, struggled to navigate a world shrouded in grief. The once peaceful community, forever altered, grappled with the aftermath. The whispers and shadows of fear lingered, a constant reminder of their vulnerability. Trust, once shattered, proved difficult to rebuild. Yet, amidst the grief and despair, a glimmer of hope emerged. The community, bound by shared trauma, found solace in their collective grief. Support groups formed, offering a safe space for healing and shared remembrance. Pinewood Creek, forever marked by the tragedy, began the arduous journey towards healing. The town, once shattered, slowly began to piece itself back together, its resilience a beacon of hope amidst the darkness.